Hello. Constructor overloading. This is the second example on constructor overloading that I am discussing. In this example, we are considering a situation where there are three constructors and three of them have got different set of arguments. Now, what is the meaning of constructor overloading? Constructor overloading means you have got different kind of objects that are going to activate any one of the constructor. That means some of the objects activate some constructor which has got the member data doing certain work and some other object requiring the member data that have got certain other starting value, because a constructor is one of the method that gets executed whenever an object is created. So the object creation invokes a constructor. Now, in this example, you will see that we have got one class called student where there are certain subjects and stream. Now, it may so happen that the subjects and the stream are very tightly connected. That means the stream very rigidly assigns value to the subject, doesn't give much of choice. Or it may so happen that the stream and the subjects are quite easily given, can be quite easily given some values. Okay. Now, if I create one object that has got one argument, look at the second constructor. If it has got one argument, then you see the method detail is saying that assign values physics, chemistry and bio if the value of stream is science. Otherwise, assign values account, commerce and economics. Right. So this means that one of the kind of student are not going to get much of the choice if the stream is specialized. It has happened, it generally happens in case of schools where if the stream is chosen, then the subjects are automatically allotted. But it can also be such that when the student belongs to a college or a university, there the subjects have got lot of open options. So the stream and the subject all can be easily allotted. Now this is a starting value allocation. Later on the values can be changed if required. But to take off, but to begin the work, the constructor just does the one step ahead kind of work. Now I will show you this program question is for you to take time and see. You may pause the video and see this question thoroughly once, and then I am going to show you the program and the output, hoping that you will understand constructor overloading that has been done in this program. Okay, wait. Now look, public class student. There are three member data. The first one is a default constructor that is initializing all the member data to the respective null. Now the second one is getting one argument from the execution point. That means when the object will be created. And what is it doing? It is deciding, or it is putting values in the other three subjects, taking choice of the stream. If the stream is science, then it is just happily putting physics, chemistry and maths, right? Whichever subject you want, it may vary. I think in the question we had bio. If I remember, I guess in the question it was bio, right? So what I will do is I will make this slight modification here and I will make this maths as bio. These three subjects are the choiceable subjects, right? So BIO is my modification here. Otherwise, it is account, commerce and eco, assuming that the school has got only 2 streams to offer. If not science, then it is commerce, right? And then comes the third constructor. The third constructor is coming. Now the third constructor has got nothing else but just to put whatever has been given as the parameters. So whatever is the parameter, those are respectively assigned to the subjects and the stream, like that. Then comes the input method. Why is the input method needed? It is needed if the default constructor was executed, then all of them would have remained null. Then what would have displayed? That means the display for displaying needs the value, which will not happen if the default constructor is executed. That means if nothing is sent as argument. And then in main, now display I hope you will understand. And then in main, you will see there are 3 object creation. These 3 object creation, what are the 3 objects? Under class student, the first one is a casual student, the second one is a school student, and the third one is a college student. Now you see, the casual student is invoking the default constructor. Now this default constructor is not putting any value in any of the member data. Therefore, when for a casual student, the data are waiting to be filled up because the default did not supply any value to any of the member data. Then comes the school student. The school student is given one of the arguments, which is the stream. Remember, science is going to the stream. So this science is going finally to stream via P stream, which is the parameter. You can go back a little bit and see the upper half of the program. And then the college student is the third object of class student, where the values are being supplied during the object creation only. In this case, humanity is the stream that is going to P stream and then to stream, and then 3 subjects, psychology, sociology and home science, are getting supplied to the 3 subjects. Now, enter detail for the casual student indicates that for the first object here, the input method is needed. Otherwise, for casual student, neither the stream has a value nor the subjects have a value. So the printing detail of casual student will only show whatever input has been taken. But if you come to the display of the second object, that is the school student, can you note that the values have been taken care of by the constructor? And similar is in the case of the third object, college student. College student also doesn't need to call input. The input call is required only by casual student. So now let me show you the output from here. Let me see what does the output show. Just a second. So now I'm going to show you what will happen if I execute this object. Now this object is showing me upon right click 3 options. Now these 3 are options that will give me an object on the BlueJ project window. And there, if I execute main, then I will get 3 more objects that are sitting inside main. So the objects which are sitting inside main, they are put on hold. Let me show you the object that is made on the project window of BlueJ screen. So this is again one more layer, outside layer has got an object, and inside an object I am creating few more objects. Object inside object is once again applied here. So have a little patience. Let me show you this outside object first. This object, if I take the first case, this is the default constructor case. If I execute this one, what will I get is, I will get to say output statement. Where do you think this output statement come from? This came from the first constructor's activation. So default constructor activated is causing this statement. Now this is an object. If I display, do you think it will show me any data? Let me show. See, it's showing empty. The stream is also empty. The subjects are also empty. So this object's member data needs value. How to give value? So let me put in some data, assuming the stream to be music and the subjects to be violin or then tabla and then santoor. So I chose nearly Indian instruments. Now if I call display, check display, will it show? No, it is not showing the empty output. See? So these data came just now from the input that was taken. Now let me show you that I can create another object. Now if I create this one, you check out what will happen. If I now supply the stream as SCI, this SCI has got a special action. Let me check. The second one, oh, this is the third one because there was one more that I was experimenting with. Now on this, if I now right click and if I call display, and before I call display, I would like to draw your attention towards, you see parameterized constructor one activated statement has come from this place because I chose the one where there was only one argument to be supplied, right? So now if I right click on it and choose display without calling input, do you think it will show certain data or it will show everything as blank? Let me click. See what happened. Remember I had given signs as the parameter value, SCI I had given. So against that SCI, you see automatically the constructor took care of assigning values to the other member data. If I create another object from the project window and put here other than science, if I put here commerce or if I put anything else, what will happen, do you know? You see what happens. If I enter OK, see it is again showing parameterized constructor 1 has been activated, but right now if I display, what will it display? The commerce is the value of parameter and the subjects are account, commerce and eco. Each time the constructor is the method that automatically gets executed. So I cannot execute the constructor more than once. Constructor cannot be executed more than once. And therefore, if I create one more object where I supply values for all the member data. See the values. For the constructor, I supplied stream as sports and 3 subjects just like that. And if I now click OK, you see the parameterized constructor 2 statement has come. And where do you think it has come from? Did it come from this part? Yes. And now if I execute the display, what will come is whatever I had entered as in the constructor. So it's the first time only it is, even without the input being called. Now you may wonder that why not to call input? I can easily call input. Then in that case you are losing out the immediate work done by the constructor. The constructor is like that first time helper who is in, before you begin the work, it is ready with your set of data, right? Now I can also show you one more concept which is very important for BlueJ users. If I right click on an object and if I now call the main, if I call the main, then I am making a method call, and in that method call you see what is happening. In main I have made 3 objects. Okay. Now these 3 objects are such which are created one after another. You see, all the three statements are coming one after another, not like the previous case where one by one they were coming, because in main all three of them has been made one after another, and main is belonging to one of the objects which I have chosen from here. So one of these objects main is running. Now here if I look into enter the detail of casual student, because the rest of the values which I was supplying in the boxes are supplied here through the brackets. So only the casual students input is executed, rest all values are ready. So if I put the values of this input here, so input the stream choice, and if I choose the stream as story, I can choose the stream as story if I want. I can also choose the subjects as in story. I can take fiction, and then I can take non-fiction. Just here I can take fiction, I can take non-fiction, and I can also take science and science fiction. SCI, science fiction and fiction, maybe they are different, or I can take suspense. Now these three are my subjects, and you see what has come. What has come is a huge bunch of outputs. Why do you think? Look at the program. After I entered the values for this, casual students display came out, and after that you see the printing detail of school student is also coming after printing the details of the casual student, and after that printing detail of college student is also coming. Your work will be to provide a new line here, then you will be able to see the difference. Now that I will show you, because I am supposed to show that difference to you. You will see the output of the 3 with the line gap once again now. Here, see what the difference is when you have one line gap. Furthermore, how important spacing is in life. Just see, I have chosen cooking as the subject of choice or stream of choice for the casual student, and the subjects are bake, steam and fry. And other than that, you see, for the school student and for the college student, the input was not needed only because automatically the constructors had only put the values in those. Okay, now please go over the video all over again. I guess you will require to hear all the details, and then probably you will be able to do programs on your own. Okay.